Hi, can you hear us okay?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you fine. There's quite some people here.
Yeah.
I didn't know I didn't know what to expect. I thought it was like several different cameras, but okay. I'm a bit no, I'm not shy.
But no, it's cool. We all just watched Citroen, your latest one.
Oh,
Congratulations.
cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure which one, if you watched them all or watched them.
So we watched On Air last year when we were going to talk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we
Oh,
watched.
you watched it like different times. You watched the other one. I didn't know. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, yeah. We watched them at different times. And then Amy and I, we've got some very sensitive people here, so I didn't show them that one. But maybe we can.
Yeah, that's like that one comes with a warning. Yeah, but I normally I don't really like, if I know, I just see what the response is, and maybe I should consider people's feeling how they. But like, I can imagine some people uh won't like the ending.
For sure. Well, I loved it. I was like, okay, I got to talk to this guy now, so it worked for me. But yeah, how are these films doing at festivals? That was one of our questions.
Now on air, that's like that was actually what I see as my first film, and because before that I made another short, but I never sent it one to film festivals. So this one on air I sent to so many festivals. Also yeah, you have a lot of if it's a filmmakers there are a lot of fake ones. They are just have those monthly film festivals, and then you have to pay for every category to win. And then so I sent to a lot of those. So it was more like just see what happens. But it actually did quite well. If you look at the rating, the selective rating on Film Freeway, that's the platform where you send to film festivals. It is still not much. Even if you get like 50 selections, your selection rate still could be like 20%.
Hmm.
It's just you get a lot of no's, a lot of rejections, which is very frustrating because I'm a very sore loser. I can be the nicest guy if my movie got selected, but when I get rejected for a film festival, I turn in Mr. Hyde or Jekyll, the evil one of those two.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, it went to some cool film festivals in the States, around the world, and I was like cherry on the cake on the top of thing, because I already like it was selected any BAFTA or Oscar qualifying film festival, and then at the last one of the last festivals was Norwich Film Festival, and it's an yeah BAFTA qualifying film festivals. It was during the Corona area, so it was all online. So it's you're part of it, but still like you want, like, if this festival is going to take place, you want to be there in person. But that will also be a thing because I have fear of flying. But I mean, I did actually quite well on a lot of genre film festivals. So Imagine Film Festival, Splat, Fantaspau, which I found out it was a very, very big genre festival, like for horror films and that kind of stuff. So that one, I think, this did the best. And Citroen is a very frustrating one. It's doing not that well.
Huh.
It's yeah, like I just got the selection, but I don't know what's going to happen because I just saw a post uh, from Josh from Victim and Villains. Was selected for that festival, but I don't know if it's now getting pushed forward. But that is he already said last year he wanted to select it, but that's my fifth foreign festival or fourth, and the rest is all in all. It's like a 10 in total, which is like, yeah, not that lot compared to the other ones.
Hmm.
And because I also expected like other festivals who selected my previous films also would select this one, but no,
Yeah.
this one is a tough sell. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because it's not cinematic. Maybe the humor doesn't translate well,
I
or
bet
it's too
it's
long.
I bet it's only the length, which is not your fault at all, because the film is as long as it needs to be. I would suspect
Yeah.
it's only length, which is not because when I see Citron compared to your previous ones, it seems like the most ambitious. Was it? Maybe it was a stressful one to make. Even I was just imagining myself with all these actors. Were they people you knew, and you have to coordinate where they're going and in all of these shots and so on. Um, how was the?
No, the most ambitious one was Amy and I. The first one, Yeah, the on air was also like very stressful, but because of different reasons. Like every film we make is very tough. Like on air was mostly tough. It was my first film. It was 4 days. It was a lot of setups, but also live stuff on the side. Like the day before we started shooting, my uncle passed away of cancer, and it was just it's not like I'm not going to stop now. Like it was just moving that aside and just focus there. And it was already stressed with my work, so it was all like a lot of things were already going on. And then during the first day of shooting, one of the actors came to me and I said, "Yeah, my cancer came back." It's like from, oh wow, oh okay. And so like you need to put that aside. So that was a very stressful thing about because there was a lot of things going on there which you can control and need to say, okay, I need to process this later. But like I can't, like we have to do this now, and like so that was mostly very hard work because of that. And Amy and I was just there was like a one taker, and we had that was just too so tough because we had. It was also during Corona time. We were looking for location. And you think because everything is closed, you can easily arrange a place, and it was just so top. Like we found a place, and it was still closed, and then everything opened, so that place went off the market. And then because of an actor, director friend, he was looking for the same kind of place, and he recommended this place where we shot, and they were closed Monday and Tuesday, which was perfect. But we don't have the money to just set the whole thing up and then practice how we're going to shoot this. We had to do that all on the day itself. How are we going to shoot this one take?
Wow.
And we had like a it was like the whole floor was from wood. Yeah, we had to like thing on the spot how we're going to shoot, and we had a camera mounted on like a motor thingy.
Yep.
And because the DOP had to like had to move the camera from a distance on his phone, but the motor was like it wasn't really made for the camera and the lens on it. So every time we started filming, the lens went like this. So we had to do this so many times, and like we had only 4 whole takes, and only one was usable, and it was the last one. So we were planning. We started around 6, 8. We started like around 8. We started to practice how we're going to film it, the timing, everything with the actors. And then when we started shooting at 9:30, it was so many times we had to quit halfway, and the last take was around 3:15, midnight, like somewhere in the morning, the next morning. So we were very tired. I was just a last shot because we only had one shot to go, and that's what the film became. And so I was like standing the whole night like this, and like I turned 30 years older the next day, and back pain, and I felt like really like a very old man. Not that I'm very young. I felt older. So that was like that was mostly very difficult, but like very glad we did it. But I don't probably with no budget going to do one take again. Maybe when we have a budget and we have more, like get some better equipment, had more days. But for now, that's the one take is done. Citroen was actually quite easy. It was very easy. It was a graduation film for an actor school. There's an actor school in Amsterdam, and they I think that was also the last year they did it. So every student they graduate as an actor, but they also have to write a movie and find a director to work with. So for me, this was the first project I was asked for, and so he had an idea, and for me it was also a bit of a challenge because like how much freedom I get because it's now someone else's idea, and I have to also have enough influence so I can make it my own. That was fine. It was when I heard it was a mockumentary and a comedy, I thought like comedy is very tough. Mockumentary, I don't know if that's then I don't want to make it then haha. It has to be a bit of like connected to the other films that have some darkness into it. But we had a budget of 2,500 euros. The location where we filmed, it was in the south of Holland. It was so we didn't really have time to how you say the location to visit the location.
Location scouting, yeah.
Yeah. because the place where we shot, there are two places net in Holland. One is close by. Only one has an extra letter to it, so it's called Outdoor. Well, one written with one D, the other with the two Ds. So first we thought, oh, we can there easily fit it, and to say no, it's the other one. So okay, fine, okay. We see like it's a more like the thing with a mockumentary is like you don't want to have like a whole decoupage. How are you going to film it? Like it just because you don't want to plan it too far ahead because you have a camera and you have to react on stuff and you don't want to see that the camera already knows what's going to happen.
Also, like storyboarding, you mean?
So we can
storyboarding.
A storyboard, yeah, maybe it's good. Yeah, I think that's what I meant. But we filmed in the most hot weekend in the Netherlands for us. Yeah, for Netherlands, yeah, we don't have any time good weather except for that weekend, which was a good thing because we don't like if you film outside, you don't want to have to deal with clouds. So that was a good thing, but it was so hot. But yeah, like a couple we shoot on the Sunday and Saturday and Sunday. A couple of a group arrived on Friday, and but the DP still had a gig somewhere else, so he couldn't only arrive on the day itself. So I just went on see around the house where we're going to film, and it was more like really. Like we're gonna take it. Like, do you have like 48-hour films over there?
Yeah, similar thing.
Yeah. Like we said, like we need to do it like that because it's like we don't have to prep a lot because like for me, I work more best if we have to solve something on the spot. Then I'm not really a good planner. So like if you have to deal with stuff on the spot, then it's like okay, this is how I work best. Maybe it's just my ADHD, but it works. That works quite fine. So we had a 10-hour plan for 10-hour shoot on the first day and an 8-hour on the second day, and we ended up being done earlier. So it was, even though it was very hard work, it was actually like it went very smooth, very very easy. I had an assistant director who. Helped me on the first day with the cult members. So we did like the cult with the big group on the Saturday, and then all the testimonials on the Sunday. So like on the first day, it was good to have an assistant director who, just translate my mumbling and all over the place explanation to like very easy. That was very helpful to have someone who did that for me and. But yeah, that was actually the easiest one to do from all three to make a short story very long.
Wow, I would have guessed way more budget than €2,500. That's
We have to be very creative. Like also the other films, like the most expensive is On Air. It was like 4 days, and the location was free, and the camera and the equipment was from a friend of the DOP. So you have to. Like know the people you work with and see what you can do with very little money. And this house was a holiday house from the actor, and for the problems was mostly people bringing something from themselves. And luckily the clothing was just by luck very matched with everyone. So like it was just very like everyone figured that's also how I work. Like because I want to get the maximum out of very little money because it's so expensive to make a film. Even when you don't have much money, it's still a lot of money. It's still thousands of euros in most cases, and it's not nothing.
Yeah. And tell me about casting. Obviously, I noticed that the lead actor is the guy who wrote it, but some of the other supporting parts were very good as well. How did you find these people? Are they also from the school?
They're also like from the girl who played Leia. She's also from the same. She was in the same class. It's the same as the voiceover who did interviews, but she didn't like. She had no time to make a film, and it was not really obligated to make a film. So she had time to play in our film, and the one who did the voiceover also made her own film, but she planned to make a film later. So. That was very easy. We didn't really have the casting, so it was more of like we have this group of people. Only the guy who played Danny. We first had someone else also from education, but during the several rehearsals, he didn't show up, or he called in very late, and we had to think, yeah, we need someone we can count on. And then we found a friend of hers from who played Leia. He was on studying at a different theater school, and he was very he was like, oh, like, yeah, let's do it. So like most of them are or students. The big guy, the bald guy in the video, that's one of the teachers, but he's also like works in also first AD on sets. So yeah, it was like you have to be very creative and then try to solve problems if you don't have much money. And that's what we did. We had like because also was very active in the crowdfunding, because it's the least fun of it. It's just like begging for money for people, and then also feeling kind of like sometimes a bit. I must say it's also a bit of certain people you don't know well enough, but they give a lot, and they feel a bit of like it gives a bit of like yeah, you don't feel comfortable with that or something.
Yeah,
you have to think what they need next time, a bit like that. So it's just I don't like it, but it has to be done. But this is just just a small amount, and we could just it was manageable. But for the sending to film festivals, like we didn't have like me and the actor both split the cost for the festival. So still, I think I did a bit more, and that's just hundreds of euros, and now I only see that just evaporate into nothing, and that's just frustrating. It's not like it's free or you get a bit get it back when you're not selected or. So that's mostly very, very frustrating, because you want your film to have an audience, and I can also imagine with this film, it's really an audience, like an audience film, so it works with an audience. And if someone at certain festival who already watched like 30 short films, and you get a 20-minute mockumentary, which started not like it doesn't start very fun. It starts very drama and serious, and slowly it goes into the more the comedy part. So if someone like is 5 or 7 minutes in, and I think, and then turns it off, that can also be happening. I don't know, but I try to imagine that happens, but it's always a bit of a gamble. Like I totally misjudge it, and but there's like still every time I get people want to watch it, I just I'm very happy, and I'm probably going to see wait some certain festivals off, and then just throw it on YouTube, and then see how it does there, and that's eventually the best way. Like it's a lot of a lot more people are going to see it.
Oh yeah.
I wish for the first film we had on premiere in the Netherlands. South of Netherlands was like a 3-hour drive, and it was the second viewing, so already it was there once. And we were there, and we get into the theater, and there are just like 4 people, and there are also a couple of the makers. So you drove all the way to watch your own film with 2 other people. Like that's frustrating, but yeah, it's that is what it is. But like that's the whole process of it, and still like yeah. But are you also all filmmakers? I know you are, Leo.
Yeah. Who else was another filmmaker here? Yeah. There's several of us. Yeah. Many people have made their own short films before. Yeah.
But how's the experience over there from filmmaking in Norway?
Exactly the same as everything you've said. There's everything. It's so reassuring to hear you say all these things, because I echo all of it. Especially like life getting in the way always. These festivals, like especially the online monthly ones you talk about, and
oh yeah,
they're like it's a mistake you made. I made it. Like we've all made this mistake, and they are just their business is the mistake of people who don't deserve their time. It's such scummy behavior. It's so like sometimes I check out the pages, and I see those photos of the festival, and there's just filmmakers who were asked to print out their certificate and then make a photo, and then they put them there. So, and only what I see is no, they print a PDF at their home, and then they take a photo of themselves with their own camera phone. Sad. Yeah.
But like every time when you're uploading film there, you always get like spammed on Instagram with "Hello dear, our IMDb qualified film festival." Like during these days, like IMDb is, since Amazon took it over, is like Wikipedia. Everyone can add a film festival. It's not special, because there is no judgment. Like it's like a background check and easy to get. Like back in the day, it was very tough to get something on IMDb, and now it's very easy. So it doesn't mean anything, and it's also like for. I had also sometimes like once with on air, and then they say I won, and I had to like they ask, oh you won, you go and claim your statue. It's only $300. Like who won here? It's like I won, right? Like I can also buy something here and write my award on it and say yay. And then, but I must say there are a lot of good film festivals there, and so I'll focus on that. And now I just sometimes I just call them out when they message me. I'm just call them out, and then they see that they see that they just double click, give it a heart. So like okay, you're onto us. But like because I think they're just scamming. It's like and Film Freeway is always getting a cut, so they don't really do control it. Or I think they should like just verify the names who are the directors of the film festival, because a lot of times there are also fake names on there. So it's always a good tip. Let's just don't check when you go submit your film on via Film Freeway. Always check their social pages, see how much people like their comments. Just to check if they didn't buy their followers, or they actually have like good photographs and videos of their event. So that's the event. So that's what I always do. And like even there sometimes one slips through the cracks, and then okay. And also with Citroen was one festival in France, and then it was just a fake festival, and I was just calling this guy out, and he just said no, there's we made some photographs, and he sent me some photographs, which seems a bit doctored, and I think, and they have like interviews with actors who were participate, but my guess is those are the people who started the festival, and they maybe had it once because they did have photos from the event, but not from following events. So what I also think is that like a lot of filmmakers create film festivals to funding for their own films. So I also think that's going on the platform. It's a smart way, but it's not really an honest way. But most important, the best thing is just make a film and find an audience who love your work. And and always there are people who don't like your film. It's that's what it is. You can't make a perfect film. Am I right?
It's so common, and it's not a function of we felt kind of guilty because we should we have done more to promote it? How do we get people in? It's so difficult to get an audience of people up front of your things. But having seen Citroen, I saw it this morning because I wanted to make sure it was okay for the audience, and then seeing it again with an audience is a really lovely experience. Have you had that experience somehow?
Yeah, I self experienced. The first time it was like in the I. It was did everyone like anyone there ever like visit Amsterdam?
Yeah, Amsterdam. Yeah, okay, there's people at the back.
Amsterdam.
There's you have the train station, and across the water of the train station you have like a very big white building, and it's called I. It's a very big cinema, but there's also a museum of.
Okay, some people know it. Yeah.
There like where you had the screening there with all the other graduation films. So like it was in the big theater hall, like with 300 people, and you could win, and basically like our film starts, and I'm always dying in my seat when we have a first viewing. I like even with people who I make it with, and I'm always just my mind is going like 4,000 miles an hour. Even like it's even like now, but like I'm always dying in my seat, even though I know these people worked on it and saw it, but I'm still very nervous of what people are gonna think. But we had the theater, like there it was very good. We also we won the audience award, and we had the smallest production. We had like the others had some big actors' name in it, and so that was the reaction I wanted. And had two others similar, very very people love on the right moments. But it was one uncomfortable one, and I don't know. Yeah, it was basically I think the whole program didn't fit. Our movie wasn't really matched to the other films. It was the film where I talked about where we had the premiere in the Netherlands. They have also like another film festival called Film by the Sea. It's a very big well-known film festival in the south of the Netherlands, and they had like a program with some films from that other film festival, and they asked, "Hey, you want to show your film there again?" And then it was like 6 films, and 5 of them are Flemish, and Flemish films are quality-wise better than all the Dutch ones. But these were all very, very like serious films. And then our film came in, and it was just sometimes a bit of a and a couple rows in front of me there's a Dutch director he's the only Dutch director who won a Palme d'Or once. And during the film I look downstairs and I see him scrolling on his Facebook. So I was just annoyed for the rest of the movie, dude, you're in the cinema, you're a director, you're put on your phone. So that was the least fun experience.
Yeah.
I rather would have had. I thought the other viewing was better, even though there were only 3 people. But it's like if people are going to watch it on their phone while you're in the cinema, it's just that's just a no-go for me. You don't. If there are movies playing, which movie would your phone is out of there?
I mean, if it's like Avatar or something, nobody who made Avatar is in the room, for God's sakes, you know. But if it's a short film festival or something, you know, you're guaranteed the filmmakers and the actors are around you. A bit more decorum is required, for sure.
Yeah.
But it's very reassuring to hear you say all these things, like the big difference in audiences you get, how random it is, how out of your hands it is. It's all.
No, filming it's always it's how fun it is, and what like it's like I know what I can expect now, and still also don't know what to expect now. It's like it can be frustrating, even though you work so hard, and then basically none of the it doesn't do well in film festivals, or it's just like what I always just say I want to make a movie I want to watch. So if I then I'm already happy. Mm-hmm. Because I want to watch. Actually, I want to make something I want to watch myself, and it's maybe weird to say, but I like to watch my own films, and maybe a couple of times, and so that it sounds a bit narcissistic, but maybe I don't know. But that's what I do. I want just to make movies I want to watch, and sometimes certain people don't like, other people do like, and this film that does well, but also it's also what also is different, and I'm the worst in it because I know if you think I always compare to my film friends, and they do much better, and I'm just oh you win, you get selected for that, and then. And envy, it's envy, if you compare to others, you just it's the ruin of it spoils the fun out of it, because you shouldn't compare, because there are also other people who are doing far worse. But I'm always looking at the people who are doing better, and I say I want to be there, and because I think everyone is. But I also my Amy and I is now on a YouTube channel called Deformed Lunchbox, all horror films, and it got it still gets views, but it got stuck on 17,000. And also, it's a Canadian channel, so it's a lot of people don't. They have to read subtitles, and that's mostly a thing. And Americans probably don't like it. But a week after, someone else his film got uploaded, and it got now over 100K views. People react on YouTube for it. Why is it it's very frustrating, but it's still key, it's different algorithm, language, and your film does fine, and then it's but that's always for me it always keeps busy. I just want to be better, and but that's also something that keeps you going. Otherwise, if you 1 point why say 3 people saw it and only 4 festivals, why should go on? That's not a good thing. You should if you want to do it, just do because you wanted to. If you're, it's a waste if you wanted to do, but you just give up because it didn't do well. This is what keeps me going. I want to make sure that the next one is get better, and even though it doesn't get better, it's better. But I always just for me, for a reason, I think why I'm still doing this, why I just didn't give up. But it's just I want to make movies and see where it gets me, but also I don't have a job in film. I'm currently unemployed, so that is awesome. but hopefully one day I can do it. But it's also in fiction, it's very tough to make a living, even in the Netherlands, because all the films here are not that great. It's like they only make rom-coms. So you like in Scandinavia, you make all the great like murder detective shows, and everyone in the world watch them. You got and some good directors there as well, but I think the one who made Sick of Myself and
Oh yeah.
Who did like the film with Nicolas Cage?
Oh, Dream Scenario.
Yeah, that director. Yeah. He's from Norwegian, right?
Yeah, you're right. And then we had the worst person in the world.
The Innocence. Worst person in the world, The Innocence, and I also watch the different crime shows from Norway and from Sweden. It's like so it's like but it's here in the Netherlands we don't like no one knows something Dutch. If you say, do you know Dutch film, and mostly I get
The Vanishing.
I don't know. Yeah, that's the best one, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the fun thing, we've now I think the first time, if one of the not many, it doesn't happen a lot. There's a Dutch short film selected for the Oscars, and it did like that's called I'm Not a Robot, and that movie did like so very like crazy good on film festivals everywhere, and also they're going to make a feature out of it now. And it's a very funny film. It's like it's basically why didn't like it's one of those idea from why didn't someone else think of this earlier? It's a woman who just needs to log in somewhere, and she get like a captcha to show you she's human.
Yeah.
But she doesn't get in, and then she called the security line, and from there it goes on. But like it's also very beautifully made. It's insane that now that's at the Oscars. But like there's also other cool stories. Like a friend of mine, he made a director. He made a movie about killer gnomes. It's like the movie called Gnomes. It's a more proof of concept, but he got picked up and he's now working on a feature in the States with the writers of Ant-Man and the new Transformers animation. Another friend from me, and he's now directing another independent horror that is for Netflix. He's now in New York talking to the producer. So, like, we found our way to be better. Just make horror films and just move out of the Netherlands. That's
those are your two tips.
It's like the genre like horror film. Like I'm glad that Oscars now a horror film is selected for once, and so that's like genre film is getting a bit more. So like I don't know if anyone else there is a genre film fan or.
Yeah, we've got lots of horror fans. I think I would say. Yes. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, good. Okay, cool. But the next one is not going to be. I have two projects. One is a short. We won a check when we won the audience award, and we're going to make a very like fast short, more like a goof of a movie, more like a joke. And then I'm going to work with for a bigger project. I can't tell much about it, but the cool is I work with a new writer. And that writer once sued Guillermo del Toro for The Shape of Water. Like, he made a short for his graduation film for the Film Academy. And then a year later, The Shape of Water was released. And it's like, oh, wow. If you watch the movie, The Space Between Us, it's called. They also got like quite some views on YouTube now. But if you watch that and The Shape of Water, it's like, wow, that's very, very similar. And it's because one of the production designers on that team knew someone from his team, so they think they definitely saw something. But there was a case, but then I don't know exactly what happened. It was not enough. They couldn't get it because they had like Hollywood lawyers, so they had.
I'm sure, yeah.
They probably could. They squirmed way out of there, but he eventually got to meet Guillermo del Toro, so that's a cool thing out of it. But he's a very good writer.
Did he punch him? Did he punch Guillermo del Toro when he met him? You stole my film.
No. It was all friendly. Okay, No, he's a very good writer. He wrote now a movie called Witte Wieven. It's an genre film. It looks a bit like the style's a bit like The Witch, and it looks like in a program for was a Dutch film director called Martin Koolhoven. He made Brimstone, and he had a program for like six. He chose six directors who made each make like a short film from an hour, and one of them was the Vita Vive. It's I don't know what's the English translation for that film, Heredity, but not the one from the German. It got the same title, I think.
Right.
And it's very cool. One of the from all the films, I thought it was the best one. And it goes also around. It went to Sitges, another big film festival. So it's good to see like some filmmakers does it well. And I'm now have the honor to work with the writer of it. So yeah, it's cool. Like we have a very cool movie community here. I don't know how is it though? How's what's actually the biggest place for filmmakers in Norway? Is it
Oslo?
Is it also a very small community?
We've just got our own community that we've made here, but I think it's probably Oslo, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then the Haugesund Film Festival is the biggest one. That's to the south of here. But I don't know if there's the Nordic as well. But there's not like a Haugesund film community, is there? Just people go there for the festival. Yeah, it's probably Oslo. Oslo is the biggest one, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. My films have never been selected for a Norwegian film festival.
Well, we're going to start one.
What's wrong with that?
No, we're going to start the Stavanger International Film Festival, so we need to keep in touch about your future projects.
Oh,
yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, like for now, I only have on the air was selected for a Swedish film festival, Vasteras.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I think, yeah, it's like that's for the I tried for like in Denmark. Oh, in Denmark, I had Amy and I don't know, no. It's but Norwegian is still like on the list. I need to be in the film festival there.
Nice. Okay, and we're back, and I'm gonna get Henrik to come up because he's got a question for you. Go for it, Henrik.
So, everyone talks about the challenges of making a good movies and sometimes, but what was the most fun thing about the latest movie you made?
Now it was the whole process on its own because it's like it was a lot of group with the cameraman. I always work with him and another a very good friend of mine. Was a gaffer, and it was mostly a group of people. It was like a small holiday, and it was just 4 days of holiday and making fun. And look, we were in a place that wasn't really, that didn't feel like the Netherlands. So it felt really like a short holiday. And while we're making a movie, and I always have to come back to something a bit less fun in the year. Like it was a very very tough year that year because a couple months earlier, my brother's girlfriend passed away. She was only 29, so that was like it sounds like every year something bad happens, but like it was it was a very dark year that day, and so at that point it was months later, and to make a film that was at that moment everything to be a bit of like to something else was already a good distraction, and to see like from okay. I have to focus on something nice now. So that it was just being with some people, very nice people to make a film. Just if the vibe on the set is good, that's for me already great. And for that moment, it was a really good time to make that film to just have something light in a very very dark year. But overall, like it's I being on the set is always a bit, if you work with nice people, it feels also a bit of like a family. And if it doesn't feel like, that's why I also want to do it as work, because if it doesn't feel like work, even though it's very exhausting, but it's fun. Does this answer your question?
That was a good answer.
Yes. Lovely. Thank you, Henrik. Ilya, go for it.
Yeah. You can. A really stupid question.
That's fine.
It's alright.
Remember this. There are no stupid questions, only stupid people. Oh no,
So yeah, I'm the one. Hi, Bastiaan. Thank you so much for all the cool stuff and all the stories. Really
Is it just
No. Thanks for letting me ramble around. I'm just I talk a lot, and that's good. I can. But what's your question?
Yeah, first of all, you're welcome to our international Stavanger Film Festival. Please come submit. I'm really looking forward to meet you.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I was thinking about the community, the filmmakers community. Are you from Amsterdam yourself, or are you from?
I'm close by. It's like Schiphol, like the airport near Amsterdam.
Yeah, exactly.
I live in the town directly close to Schiphol, so it's
All right.
where people most of the time it's called Hoofddorp.
Okay, Scott Hofter. Okay.
So yeah, it's like next to the airport, so it's very close to Amsterdam. Like it's 20 minutes by train, so it's I count it as Amsterdam.
Yeah, 20 minutes by train is nothing. So, could you tell us a bit about the filmmakers community? Do they come together? How do they support each other? Are they, have a organization somehow, or any, organized events together?
No. It's not really like not really an organization. It's like most everything in film. Most things happen in Amsterdam, and a lot of film productions start from Amsterdam. You have a couple on other places, but Amsterdam area is like the hotspot for all filmmakers. And what I say, it's very small. So I started when I didn't do film school. Just I just going to places, starting to talk to people, and just bother them, and slowly you get to know them, and you just ask it, because everyone here who makes short film works with someone who is already doing this as a job. So it's you just ask people and say, yeah, well, I don't have any money, and then some are a bit they don't do it anymore because I did it too much, and then you just but there's always there's a Dutch word called gunnen. It's like it's not, you can't really translate it into English. It's more like I want you to have this. It's mostly how to translate it. You want you say yes because you want to do that for them. It's so then it's just in the Dutch it's just one word.
Awesome.
But it's just it's very small, so everyone talks to everyone knows anyone. So there's an easy way when you're a very small country, and it's very like a very close network. And I always there's also a very good group. Like if you're in Amsterdam and find your way for living there for a while, there is a festival called Shortcuts Amsterdam, and it's they have every Tuesday they have a festival. Like they show 2 short films, and there's a special guest, and can be a director or a writer. Now, Rutger Hauer was a guest once. The director from The Vanishing was there once, like 12 years ago. He passed away quite a while back. But so there are 2 films that get shown. They are also in the competition, but there's also a good place to network with other filmmakers and starting and some experienced ones. And it's also in English, because the people who run it are Portuguese. So every film session is in English and with subtitles. So there's also not that you only have a community with people who are Dutch, but also the people who are expats in Amsterdam. It's also very nice, and so it's very easy to talk to people. And I don't know how you I don't know, like we Dutch are also very direct, so we are very easy to talk to, but we can be very direct. I don't know how it is over there.
Yeah, I mean,
is it easy to talk, or is everyone like quite just I don't know how is your culture there? It's
a mix. They can be quite blunt, but they also are quite quiet at the same time.
It's a very low context culture in terms of that you say what you mean. But when you give feedback, it's not so direct as it could be.
Okay, yeah, we can be quite direct with that. So yeah, but
you don't.
Now it's just easy. It's like the big film in filmmaking, especially if you don't do film education is just talk to people. It's just that's how it works over there. Also, like and it's a lot of people also there get their jobs just by because of someone else. Like I knew someone who works at Warner Brothers. She's a Dutch. She worked on the film Dunkirk and
Wow.
and other, because someone else say, hey, I know her from that. So like it's
Community.
that's how it starts, and it's probably probably over there as well. But like it's just talking, and then if you're so small and everything is a bit concentrated at Amsterdam, it's
Sounds
very
good.
tough to not meet anyone else. The only weird, like the crazy thing with crazy, it's not that crazy, but I was in London once for a festival called Shorts on Tap, and afterwards Amy and I was shown there, and afterwards I was talking to a DOP. He shot 2 films in South Africa, and he said, like, I know that actor, and he knew him from a 48-hour film who won best 48-hour film years ago.
All right.
And then like, oh, that's a coincidence. Now let's follow each other on Instagram. And then we were following each other on Instagram. And then you're in London. He's from like how small then you know how small the world is. So like it's hard not to know a lot of people in the movie industry if you're making films, and just ask some professionals about it, because that's also what I think is important, because I didn't do film school. I have no clue what I'm doing. It's like that's how, like, even if you didn't do film school, you didn't make a living out of it, or it's just the imposter syndrome is like really big. Like so what I do is I want to work with people who are better in their like know what they're doing, but also believe in my idea. So that's why I don't like I ask people who got more experience, and then hope they will help, even though they do it for free because we don't have money. So that's how I because I want to make a movie that looks like a movie, and we only have like a couple €1,000, and that's like it's not much if you want to have to make a film with professionals. So actually, when you start making a film, just ask people with more experience to help you, and make sure you're passionate about it. I think I answer a different question.
It's
So
awesome.
see, this
It's
how my brain works.
No, it's awesome.
There's no logic.
It gives a great idea of the network and the support you get and the possibilities in Netherlands is awesome. I really like that.
Yeah.
I really hope that no one
There's
will
yeah.
come there one day, because I think we're really lacking this type of network feeling.
Yeah.
We in the club we have,
Yeah.
but come to the person that is more experienced and ask for help. I'm not sure if you.
Yeah, they're very strict about the rules here. If you don't have a formal education, if you don't, and if you're not from here, it can be very tough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's much more isolated.
Good one. Nice
Thank
to
you
meet
so
you.
much.
Nice
Yeah.
to
Give you a big round of applause. Thank you for coming. Really appreciate all of your time.
Yeah.
Really appreciate all of your time, and yeah.
No, I thought it was fun. If someone else has a question, you're welcome to it. And like if you want to follow me on Instagram and follow me there, ask a question with you. Like I'm also like a person which I like if I'm in a room, and I'm not the person who asks a question in a group. So if someone else had a question, but that's you're welcome to send a message, and let's keep in contact. If you I'm like it's a good like. About how strict people are with what I heard about that if you didn't do any education here, we also have like very it's like they have more room for also with the film fund for autodidacts, so like people who didn't do education. But like it's still the organization itself, like the film school here, it's still a bit of like a bit old-fashioned in certain ways. So,
Yep.
But I think it's better I don't really think you need film school. Like,
Well, you
But
obviously
that's my
don't.
opinion.
You obviously didn't, because we called you. We didn't call anyone else. You know.
oh no,
Yeah.
no, well, yeah, but I'm maybe on my part, it's more like the other people have more chances to eventually get asked for jobs. That's the thing. Like that's why, like I still want to be, but like that's really still tough. But maybe like for others, like a friend of mine who's now in New York, what I said, he also didn't do film school, but he's a commercial director, and I still need to find my way in. But like also like I want to make films, but what I do is like I'm getting older and maybe I don't get a chance to make a living out of being director. I don't give up, but I don't think then I need to find another way just to keep making movies and find a job that fits. But like I still like that's also a thing. I need to at least have one gig where I can get paid as a director.
Yeah.
But that's like but I also like I'm 42 now, so. Like at one point, maybe those chance doesn't come around anymore. But like I don't give up. But that's a fun thing about filmmakers. No matter how old you are, you're always a young filmmaker. So, like I'll keep that in mind.
It's all about the mentality.
Like if you're a soccer player, you're basically a grandpa at my age. But like if you're a filmmaker, you're always young.
Absolutely.
That's a good one. Yeah.
So lovely.
Yeah.
We'll keep in touch for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you for your time as well. Like it was very fun.
Yeah. Bye for now.
Bye.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye. That was lovely. What an interesting man.